it's difficult to develop a better understanding of any particular topic when there's a pre-existing confusion or even imprecise use of certain words regarding this topic. Well, with food choices, improper connotations abound, it seems like. With this in mind, let's begin by correctly defining some of these terms. We're not going to go through all the vast amount of terms that I have, but we're going to go through a few just so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's look at food, for instance. That's the topic of the evening. Well, my definition of food is that which is consumed to ultimately support life. I mean, many people use food for many different reasons, but it's ultimately to support life. Knowing that, therefore, plants and animals are not food. They're not food unless you choose to eat them. Animals are, in fact, animals. They're also not meat. Meat, I found, is a term that's been contrived. Maybe it had innocent beginnings originally, years and years ago, but more recently, I have found that it's a term that's contrived by humans and used to obscure the reality of what they're really choosing to put in their mouths. In fact, there's so many now subterms, little cute words, under the meat category for different types of meat that you lose track of exactly what you're eating. And that's part of an issue as well. Let me explain. If you turn to the person on your right and you ask them what they're eating, and they happen to be eating a little cylindrical, encased mishmash of animal parts called a hot dog, and you ask them what they're eating, their response is going to be, I'm eating a hot dog. So what exactly do they mean by that? Well, are they eating this? I don't think so. I mean, but yet, this is a good-looking dog. That's a hot dog. Yeah. No. What they're eating is really the cute guy on the right that's in a reclined position with a smiling face because he's getting a belly rub. That's what they're eating. They're eating a pig. And yet, you never hear from them, if you ask them what they're eating a hot dog, they never respond, I'm eating a pig. No, of course not. And by the same token, if you turn to the person on your left and they're eating an apple, and you ask, what are you eating over there, dude? They're going to say, I'm eating an apple. Interesting thing to think about, don't you think? Another term that's constantly used improperly, if not abused, is this. This is a protein. Well, I know we've got some biochem majors out there that say, Dr. Oppenlander, that's not protein. But it is a protein. It's a rudimentary beginnings of a protein. It doesn't have the secondary and tertiary molecular structure of it, but it's essentially a protein. So when you're thinking about eating protein, this is what you should be thinking about. That's protein. Protein's not the guy on the left. And yet that's what people are calling protein. The guy on the left with the overzealous smooch is a cow. That's what it is. He shouldn't be called protein. He shouldn't be called protein any more than the guy on the right. But yet we do.